Sorry, a very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my 15-minute class. Very great to see you again. And thank you very much for SD to deliver the very comprehensive training regarding to the qualification, level of qualification. But before I go to the my content, could you give me what is my topic today?
Clustering.
It's about
packaging rule.
Packaging rule. Cluster. Yes, you are right, Manglo. So my topic today is about the cluster. Yeah, cluster. So you should know what is cluster, why we use cluster, and how we use cluster properly. So today's my objective is to deliver a short presentation regarding to the using of cluster. So the objective here is you after completing training program, you will able to define the meanings of the cluster, as well as the you can go through the cluster in restaurant service, front office, in housekeeping, as well as the driver service. Because why you need to know the cluster? As you know, to get a qualifications in to get the level of qualification in ASEAN qualification framework, you want to conduct the training and assessment. So what we are going to learn, what they are going to assess us. So they must go through to the packaging rule and the clusters, which comprise from the ASEAN Secretariat and endorsed by ASEAN member state. So that's why for you assessor, if you wish to assess the level of qualifications, you have to know the packaging rule and the cluster. For my turn, I will deliver how to use a proper cluster, how to select the right unit competency, and the packaging rule will be my Bunchan will detail how to use packaging rule in compliance with the cluster. Okay. So before going to cluster, I just review the previous lessons about the qualifications. And do you know how many level of qualification are there? Suchada?
6.
Level of qualification. How many level of qualification?
Advanced diploma.
5. What are they?
Certificate 2.
Certificate 2.
Certificate
3.
Diploma 1. Diploma Advanced.
Advanced.
4.
Okay, so the right answer is Certificate 2, Certificate 3, Certificate 4, Diplomas, and Advanced Diploma. So there's a 5 level of qualification that the student will get those level of qualification reflect to their knowledge and skills. So what is the cluster? If we talk about a cluster, it's the basis of determining which competency standards can be used when you are applying packaging rules. So when you are applying packaging rule, they guide you with unit competency in cluster. You have to select it for the package qualifications. This is so it has the interrelation between cluster, packaging rule, and qualification. Okay. Yes. So this is, remember, when you want to access the level of qualification, you have to catch up the interrelation of the qualification, packaging rule, and cluster. So now this is, I will clarify how to use the clusters. Later on, the packaging rule link together with the cluster from Bunchan sessions. Okay. Okay, so now I have you and activities. So please go through training manuals from page 40 to 43, to 53, sorry. 40 training manuals, these manuals, okay, from page 40, yeah, and to 53. So you have from your table, you have 2 minutes to count what are how many cluster title and how many subtitle cluster inside the main cluster. So you have 2 minutes. Yeah. How many main cluster and in each how many the sub cluster inside? Oh my God. Okay, you have 2 minutes. Let's go. From page 40 to 53.
53. Up to 53.
How many main cluster?
Main.
Yeah. Main cluster and in each main cluster how many sub cluster? Okay, Malu, that's okay? Okay, have 2 minutes. Just count and you have to make sure that when you want to select the unit competency, which cluster will you go? If you ready, please raise your hand. Okay, ready? Yes. Group 1, full?
Try.
Yeah, try. Okay.
Ready?
Ready? Malu?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Esty?
Yes.
You ready?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. So start from Poon. How many clusters are there in the ASEAN qualification framework?
There are 3 main clusters.
3 main clusters. Is it right?
Right.
Okay.
So they are the restaurant service,
Restaurant service,
front office and housekeeping,
front office and housekeeping,
travel service.
travel service. Okay, thank you for group 1. Next, how many the subcluster in restaurant service? 11 cluster, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, very good. Next, and Kim Hui, how many subcluster in travel service? 10? 10?
Yes.
Okay, 10. For the cluster in front office and housekeeping, anyone volunteer, ST? 10. No, you will have a gift from me.
Yeah.
Thank you. Clap your hand to ST. Very good. You're so clever. So now you can identify the number of each cluster. So what are they? You have to remember what are the cluster name, because when you apply packaging rule, you have to go through each cluster name. Here you are, cluster. Actually, you have read already. You have 3 main cluster. It's a restaurant service. It consists of 11 subcluster. Like in restaurant, common call, commercial, cookery, until English proficiencies. And in front office and housekeeping, it have only 10 clusters from core competence, common core competency to English proficiencies. Okay, and the travel service also have the 10 clusters as well. So what are they? It's very easy. If you can remember, it's very good. Can you remember us all? Yeah, not yet now. Even me, yeah. So we have to find the resource.
Yes.
Yeah, when we apply the packaging rule, let's say you have to select 5 unit competency from cluster restaurant service, human resource development. So where the document? So you should be aware of finding the document. Where you use the appropriate document for the cluster, because it's about 31 subcluster and each cluster have many unit competency. So that's why very difficult for us to remember all, but you know the resource to take it, it's very easy. So totally how many unit competency in the all cluster? How many unit competency? 2 for 2 unit competency. Okay, you are right. So, but in a class, in some cluster, they have the same unit competency. But they use the same unit title. Yes. So you don't worry, even using, for example, working effectively with customer and colleague. For example, the unit code may be, for example, 001. but it can use for the front office and restaurant service. It can use for travel service. So when it consists in different clusters, it have different code. But the unit, the competency standard is totally the same. Okay. So I will provide you the accessibility, how to identify, how to find the document of the cluster. Do you know where to find it?
Yes.
On the
Where?
website.
Website.
You? ASEANtourism.com. And the fastest resource to find it, where is it?
Textbook.
Yeah, textbook here. Okay. And you can find online.